love royalty-free music. This is the Pick and Morris podcast, and we welcome you. I am Michael Carvelis. That is Aaron Crouch. Aaron, how has your wonderful NFL Pick'em week did? I think you did pretty good, I'd say.
Yeah, I won cash, which
Woo-hoo!
is the exact reason we do this. You like sports, you like free money. I did both of those things, and I got money in my pocket. So I am super excited for
That's awesome.
what happened last week, what transpired. I only missed one game. Ironically, it's your Colts, but I was one game away from an undefeated week. That would have been pretty cool to do, but nothing like a little walking around money. Thank you, courtesy of Pick'em Wars.
Yes, sir. Follow Pick and Morris on Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Reddit. You'll see a lot of me on their TikTok, by the way. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Our website is MikeandAaronDrive.com. That's where we're from. That's where our hoodies are from. You get it. You can check everything about our show right there. Also, go to pickandmorris.com/podcast, which is where we are getting our picks from. It's free, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. But first, it's time for the latest. It's time for a Week 10 recap. Vikings beat the Bills in overtime thriller. A very good game. Some people were saying it's the game of the year so far. But you know what, guys? Week 10 recap is underway here. Aaron, how do you feel about the Vikings? Did they impress you? Because that was like the most impressive they've been all year for me.
So, I might take a devil's advocate approach to this, but I felt it was a lot of ugly football. And someone just had to win that game. There was ugly turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many times? I mean, the Vikings are down, what was it, 27-10 or 24-10? They came back, which is a kudos to them, and then they blow it on the goal line, and then the Bills blow it on on their own goal line in their own end zone and give up a touchdown. Like, I give up a safety at worse in that spot, and then we go to overtime. I mean, the Vikings blow the prevent defense to give the Bills a field goal. Like, it was just ugly, massively ugly football. And I hate to use it because both teams are good, but somebody had to win that game, and who made the last mistake? It was Josh Allen. So everybody seems to want to dump on Josh Allen this week, but
rightfully so.
Maybe so, but let's not throw some unnecessary shade at a guy. You don't need to motivate a guy who already has so much motivation to win in this league with all of his counterparts doing so. It may be a week to dump on Josh Allen, but buyer beware.
Woo-wee! The Colts won in Jeff Saturday's debut. Let me read that again. The Colts won in Jeff Saturday's debut, wouldn't you know it? Aaron, thoughts on the upset? I know people were saying, well, it's just the Raiders. It's just Josh McDaniels. Well, that's not what I was told.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to see, this win. It was big. It was definitely big to silence all of these naysayers and these critics and these talking heads, the Stephen A's of the world, where, all they want to do is make this about a race situation, which, I mean, that's not even close to being what's related here. Bill Cowher sitting on the NBC, the CBS show, and, dropping his little spiel, his little do-gooder spiel, like all these guys, they just, they want to, go with the flow with the mainstream media. I mean, look, guy can be hired. Guy can hire whoever he wants, and especially in an interim role. And Jeff Saturday did it. Now, is this a sustainable thing? They have a tough matchup with the Eagles coming up this week. We'll see with that. They're touchdown underdogs again. Is it sustainable? I don't know, but it was definitely a fun little, hey, stick that in your pipe and smoke it for the first week of Saturday. Saturday's head coaching tenure here, and what we make of it, I don't know. We'll see. But last Sunday, it was definitely exciting for the Colts. And to be fair, yes, the Raiders are just in complete shambles, but they're still an NFL team.
That's fair. You should know about the Las Vegas Raiders. The Bucs defeated the Seahawks in Germany. I'm going to reserve my German jokes for this show. What did you think of Brady becoming the first quarterback ever to win in Germany?
Not only first quarterback to win in Germany, the first quarterback to win in 4 different countries ever, which is kind of cool. He's just adding little accolades to his resume
I
here.
was trying to do you a favor and you ran me over with it. Good Lord.
What was the favor? I missed the favor.
Telling you that he was the first one to win in Germany. Oh, he's also won in 4 countries. You people aren't happy.
Well, I'm just saying, add it to the resume, man.
Yeah.
It's just it's another thing. Actually, to be honest with you, it's largely irrelevant. I mean,
Yep.
you know my feeling with all these overseas games, anyway. So, I'll be honest with you. I'm a Bucks fan. Game was on at 6:30 in the morning. I was not watching it. But congratulations to the Bucks for winning that game. I mean, they're getting kind of back on the good ship here. I believe they're 5-5.
Yep, leading the NFC South, buddy. They are full steam ahead or full sail. I don't know. Thursday Night Football just occurred to start Week 11. The Packers lost the Titans. Derrick Henry says, "Who dey?" He showed that he's more than just a running back. Although that's another story. But anyways, yeah, good job for the Titans and Ryan Tannehill outperforming Aaron Rodgers. If you saw that coming, you're lying. Ready to play some pick'emores.com/podcast?
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, win some more money, you punk. All righty. Bears at the Falcons. You know what? I have flip-flopped on this game because part of me wants to... Oh, Falcons are favored by 3, by the way, on this Pick'emores thing. I have really, really wanted to, pick the Bears. And for the sake of this show, I'm going to do so on the +3 here. But something tells me about, Justin Fields. He's been getting hot. Maybe they found something. But can we recognize Arthur Smith? I've been singing his praises all year. Even last year, when you look at Matt Ryan, the way he's performed, compared to what the team won 7 games last year. This is in Atlanta. It's a big deal for me because that is a home field advantage. Arthur Smith has done a good job. But I got the Bears. I'm going to go with my brain right here. My gut says Falcons.
Well, should go with your gut. I'm on the Falcons as well, too. Or I'm on the Falcons -3 here in this spot. It's a funny thing you mentioned that. The Falcons here at this point are still actually in a playoff chase. As crazy as everything sounds they're pretty decent at home. 3-2 ATS here, which is what we're trying to cover. And if Justin Fields isn't running the ball, which I know they're the best running attack, and they're the number 1 rushing team in the league, and it's all from their quarterback pretty much.
Yep.
It's not a recipe for a good team for me. I know that Chicago, everybody's falling in love with Justin Fields. Oh my God, look at all he can do. They're losing.
The same people who said that he stunk are now all of a sudden on his train. I don't understand it. It's weird.
I don't think he's gonna make it, but I'm not fully against him. I don't see the franchise quarterback in Justin Fields, and that may change. I'll happily eat my words if that ever occurs. But right now, I think Atlanta gets a 5-point victory in this game. So I'm locking in the Atlanta Falcons for my pick in this game.
Ooh. The Browns and the Bills. Full disclosure, I didn't want to do this on the show, but I'm gonna do it anyways. And shout out to Darren Orlovsky of ESPN for saying this after I tweeted it out. By the way, I feel like he read my tweet. What they just did by putting this game in Detroit, for those of you that do not know, because it's supposed to snow in Buffalo. I don't care if they're getting 10 feet of snow. When in heck did that ever matter? Can someone tell me when that mattered in Buffalo? We're going to get a bunch of snow. Oh, we poor babies. Move to Detroit? What? You know why they did that? Because the Browns are 10 times better at running the football. And Bills, if you don't win this game, oh, buddy. Bills Mafia will be in my Twitter letting me have it. I'm still going Bills -8.5 because it's in Detroit now.
Yeah, I think the Bills. I don't agree with you with the whole situation of the NFL is conspiring. And I'm a big conspiracy guy. The NFL is conspiring because Cleveland would have been able to run the ball. If they're so great at a rushing attack, they should even be even better with running the ball on turf here in that spot. But I think this is also a safety issue for a lot of people. However, I will say, let's just put roofs on all the stadiums and just create an indoor neutral environment for all. How many stadiums now are indoors?
Indoors, SpongeBob.
I'll
A
take your
lot of
word
them
for it.
are. Huh?
So I will take your word for that. I on the other hand, this game is a little bit different. Browns hadn't left for Buffalo yet. Browns don't have to go through crazy snowstorms to get to Detroit. I'll take the Browns plus 8.5 in this spot.
Ooh.
I think Bills get the win. 6 points.
Would you would you shave that to 15.5, or are you just good because you already picked the Browns?
No, I wouldn't say that. I'm going through a couple of key numbers there in 3, 4, and 7. I like the Browns here in this spot to keep it close. And like I said, Buffalo, not only are they just kind of having a hard time playing ball right now, they're also having to now pick up and go on a road game that was unplanned and get through
Mm.
what's supposed to be some pretty bad weather to get to Detroit. I don't know. The question is will their fans travel? I mean, they're going to try. It's not terribly far. You can go up and over through Canada, but it doesn't become a de facto home game for Buffalo. So a neutral game right here. You're telling me Buffalo's a double-digit favorite almost? Yeah, give me the Browns.
I like your thinking because that made me feel good inside. In a weird, I'm kidding, but yeah, it made me feel good inside. Eagles are 6.5-point favorites against Jeff Saturday in the Colts. He's coaching this time, though, didn't you know, media? For me, I'm actually going to sprinkle a little bit of cupcake emoji on this one. But for the purposes of this show, I would Colts plus 6.5. I predicted an Eagles fall, even though I'll be the first to defend Nick Sirianni. But I believe in Indianapolis, Colts have a little bit left in the tank. They showed last week their locker room was obviously not in shambles like everybody said it was. I think Colts can keep this close. Dare I say win?
You wouldn't have said a lot of that if they'd have won Monday night. The Colts or the Eagles, yeah.
Mm-hmm. They got smacked by a physical team, and look where we are.
I'm sorry. Are you suiting up this week?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on this one. I kind of like Indianapolis to cover. I don't think they're going to win, but the Eagles, short week, having to go on the road. It's a recipe for them just getting out with an ugly win. This is probably the part of the season we're in week 11 now at this point, where now the undefeated team is starting to have little leaks in the faucet there. So yeah, give me Indianapolis plus 6.5 here.
I would say thank you, but I'm also trying to beat you, and you smoked me all last week. Hey, let's talk about some power-ups. Because when I'm not winning cash like Aaron, I'm getting tokens like Mike. Let's talk about him here. If you do a double down, actually, yeah, Aaron, you want me to double down?
Double down, yes. It's 100 token. It costs you 100 tokens. Your favorite pick counts twice, which means that something you're feeling, your lock of the week, you're stone cold, you're upset, whatever you're feeling, counts twice if you use the double down. However, make sure you're right, because it does hurt you twice as much if you're wrong. So, locks of the week, it's my least favorite word in sports, in sports, betting. But it's if you're feeling heavy about a game, the double up is the way to go, or double down, excuse me, for 100 tokens. Your favorite pick, counting twice, but hurting twice if you're wrong.
I do have one this week, by the way, that I've already posted on TikTok for those of you that want to know. Speaking of doubling down in your lock of the week, how about a shaver for 75 tokens? Move the spread 7 points in your favor. Hashtag shaver the favor, or favor, you get a shaver. I don't know. We're going to work on that. But yeah, shaver, 75 tokens. But what does a pencil do?
The eraser is another 100 tokens, which if you're just standing over a game, can't figure out which way to go, favorites, dogs, you got a UFC guy that you just don't know who's going to win this match. It's easy. You just take the eraser, you spend 100 tokens, and you get to literally skip that game. You get to erase that game. You get to basically eliminate that game from your arsenal. But don't forget, if you eliminate one game, all the other games are that much more important. So make sure you got confidence in the other games.
Hey man, how about that pick boost? For 150 tokens, turn a loss into a win, which is unheard of, and earn one units on UFC picks. Remember, when you buy the pick boost, it's used automatically the next contest you enter. And remember, all those power ups are used once per contest, but you can use all four if you want.
Yeah, that's a
I,
lot to go. That's a lot to go on. And I know some of the. I was looking at like the winners from the weeks prior. They usually have 2 or 3 of these in their
yep.
arsenal, especially with if you're wanting to. I mean, look at me. If I would have, I wasn't really 100% confident in which way to go for the Indianapolis game or the Raiders. If I would have just erased that game, I would have been
Yep.
100%.
Poor
Hindsight's
guy.
2020.
And he actually 100% because it goes by percentage. You would have actually moved up the ladder and be tied for first.
That would have been nice to be 100%. That would have been good, but I did not use it. Unfortunately, I finished third, but
Oh, poor thing.
yeah, I know.
You're a man
So I
of your
guess
convictions, and you stand by that. I dig it. I dig it.
yeah, still a fun week, but let's see if we can duplicate it here.
Love it. Bill Belichick owns two things: hoodies and jets, and I'm not talking about flying objects. That tells you what I'm going to pick. I'm picking the Patriots -3 against the Jets in Foxborough. Hey, they're staying put, Buffalo. Interesting.
Yeah, 13 in a row here with the Jets losing to the Patriots. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't continue. New England coming off a bye here is
Mhm.
going to be big for them. Yeah, give me the Patriots as well. I know you don't want to be on the same side as me because you want to beat me, but if
Yep.
we do well together, we can both be on the Pick 'em Wars train towards Value
I'll
Town here.
take all these tokens. Well, actually, y'all can have the tokens. I'll take all this cash.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't want to be on the token side anymore. I'm in it for the win it, baby. Um, Rams and the Saints. When the Saints come March. Okay, that's dumb. Saints are -4 in this game. We're favored by 4. I don't know who's gonna win, but I do know one thing. I trust Sean McVay enough that if the Rams do lose, it's only by a field goal. Or like it's like a 4-point game because the Saints get a late touchdown. I'm just gonna go with those Rams plus the 4 here. Cooper Kupp's loss is huge, but someone made a good point to me. Maybe that means Stafford's going to spread it around more. I don't know how I feel about that, especially this year. But I like to think the Rams are not Tanking, if I spell that right. Like the Saints are. So I'm going to go with the Rams +4.
It's hard to believe that the Super Bowl champion would be tanking at this spot in the season. I mean,
Saints,
but
yeah.
you're right. They're 3-6. They're in a tough spot in their own division here. With the NFC West being, what it is with the surprise Seahawks. But yeah, I'm kind of with you on this spot. That the Rams are getting more than a field goal here. I'm on the Rams. I don't feel super confident. Sean McVay looks. He just looks like everything he's throwing at these teams is just not working.
He's aged about 10 years since that Super Bowl.
It's quite possible he has, yeah. But the Saints are a bad team, and there's no Michael Thomas. Going with Andy Dalton still,
Still?
and
Wow.
Marshawn Lattimore is still sidelined. So it's not like the Saints are super powerful here.
They're not
So,
marching in.
well, they might be. They might be marching in with a small victory, but I don't know. I think the Rams get a sneaky win here, so I'll take +4 in this spot.
I dig it. I'm feeling you're going to be on this one as well, but who cares? Lions and the Giants, the G-Men, will try to tame the beast. Dumb. Giants are -3 here. And I think I grew even more confidence in Brian Dable after the Cardiac Giants became the after a bye week. We can handle bad teams, Giants, aka the Texans. And to me, the Lions beating 2 pedestrian, dare I say, pathetic NFC North opponents doesn't matter to me. Give me those G-men after a home game, getting another home game here. -3, I think they win by about 10.
Not so fast, my friend. I think Dan Campbell and his boys will go into MetLife and get themselves a nice little cover here. I don't know if they'll win, but I feel like they're going to get like a 2-point loss. I feel like this game is tight. tightly contested all the way through. And I'll take Detroit to maybe even trip up your Giants and sneak a win out of MetLife, heading back for that Thanksgiving game against the Bills, who will already be there waiting for them.
That's so bad. I just love how we changed the rules for like certain teams. Something smells. It's Dan Campbell. Alrighty.
I figured it was going to be the Panthers.
Oh, that's bad too.
They smell too.
Speaking of power-ups, Aaron, how the first one of this show, as you've heard on TikTok, I'm going to double down on the Panthers. I'm kidding. On the Ravens, minus 12.5 against those blue and black kitty cats who think putting on powder blue is cute. It wasn't. Well, it was, but you get it. Well, black. I don't know. I messed that up. Anyways, Ravens minus 12.5. My pick counts twice. Twice, you're a loser. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's a bold pick to be doubling down again. That's the biggest spread of the week. I like it. I like the Ravens to really kind of control this game at home, but that's a big number. So I'm rooting for you in your double down quest to get there. It's 12.5 points. That's a lot. You're right. 2 touchdowns here for the Ravens. 2 touchdown victory doesn't seem so bad, especially against the great Baker Mayfield coming back in. He's allegedly supposed to be the starter for Carolina at this point. I don't know. They
should just force Matt Corral out there in a wheelchair. Maybe he might do better.
Yeah, maybe they'll just, have auditions this week for a quarterback at this point. Hey, you live in the North Carolina area? You want to play quarterback for the Panthers?
I do.
Call this number and we'll get you suited up
for Sunday's game. Number 1-800-HELP-US.
Yeah, Baltimore better crush in this game. I mean, it's a statement game for them. To get them to 7-3. 7 wins right now sounds really good in the NFL, especially in the AFC. And I think the Ravens really should get a 20-point victory pretty easily in this game. But they haven't. I mean, you can answer this if I'm wrong, but it feels like they've played down to opponents this year.
They've allowed a few back doors, which isn't very nice for my double down.
But I am also on the Ravens with you. I'll just take the minus 12.5 just as it is.
Let's move rather quickly as we are getting last week's winners as well. Commanders minus 3 against the Texans. I'm going to go with the Texans. I actually think Texans win the game in an upset. I love you, Taylor Heineke, but Houston's at home. That doesn't matter, but you get it.
Yeah, I want to be on the over in this game, but for Pick'em Wars, we don't take those. We don't take totals. We take spreads only. But yeah, I'm also. I swear you're looking at my paper here, but I'm also on the Texans as well. Plus the 3. I was looking around, shopping some lines here for some betting this weekend, and a lot of money going on Washington after that Monday night game. To have to go on a short week. I know they're the worst team in the NFL in the Texans, but they're still an NFL team. So Texans plus 3 in this spot, and if you're feeling froggy. If you really, you're not feeling the greatest about the 3, you would shave in this spot and take them at 10.
Oh, I almost did that. Did I do that? No, I did not. Okay, I'm tripping. How about this? How about last week's winners? UFC contest for $600. 983 people joined for free. My Burrow 57 won a smoking $420 with 25.13 units. Oliver, who just pissed off every other Oliver because they can't have that name on Pick'em Wars, won $120. And this guy showed up again, so I'm jealous. Millennium_Falcons won $60 for finishing third. I'm not happy about that guy. I'm happy
How'd
for
we
him.
do, Mike?
182nd for you. And I brought up the back of the back of the back at 251st. But we both won tokens.
We got to step up our UFC game.
I was doing good, and then I just crapped the bed. I crapped the octagon.
This whole looking like the tough guy isn't working for us.
I look weak right now. Tail me. College football contest for $800. 1,100 people joined. Boogie Boo 2. Did I scare you, Aaron? I'm kidding.
Yes.
Won $373. Big_Dan, because he's got 2 N's, This is not, a big DAMN, because that'd be terrible. And the _big_Milton, each won $106 for finishing second, and 4 people tied for third, winning $53 each. Me and Aaron did not tie for third. Aaron finished 32nd, won nothing. Mike, well, that's me, was 33rd and won nothing either. But, as mentioned before, 1,300 people joined this exclusive NFL contest for $800 for free. Skinner 123. That's my boy Leonard. I cracked me up. Won $215. It's a Southern thing. Matt Steam, who was just letting out his anger, won $61. Boy, I'm just a dad right now. And 17 people, including We Are Not Worthy, or I'm Not Worthy, Aaron Crouch, won $30. Woohoo!
Steak dinner for one.
Not for one. That's the thing. That's a good point. Sorry, honey, I'm going out. For what? I won $30 on Pick-em-Wars. Or you can pay for yourself. I was 8th. I did win 126 tokens, though.
That's good. It helps you buy more. Helps you buy more. What do you call these things? Boosters. It helps you buy more.
I'm done with those. Even though I love them, I'm done with them. Besides the pick boost. But then again, I just doubled down. So, anyways, we're gonna move on. But first, let's get a commercial break, and then we'll move on.
Do you like sports? Do you like free money? You're going to be watching the game anyway. So join us at pick'emwars.com to play. Weekly NFL and NCAA contests are live right now. Play free at pick'emwars.com.
I hope you drank some water because we're back, Aaron. It's okay. You won money. You can take off for a little bit. Raiders and Broncos. Broncos minus 2.5. I've got the Raiders. After all the talk I did about Josh McDaniels, I'll give him credit. He might be better than Nathaniel Hackett. He might be fired if he loses this game. But for now, I think one of these coaches might be fired if they lose this game. But I'm going to go with the Raiders to win the game and cover the 2.5.
Well, based on Mark Davis's statements, that won't be Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels will find a way to finish the season. But you're right. If Nathaniel Hackett doesn't win this game at home and somehow find a way to get back to 4-6, he might be having to pack his bags. I'm against you here. I'm on the Broncos. I don't know why I keep riding this stupid Broncos country wave, but for some reason I just feel like Russell Wilson can get it turned around. I don't understand how it's so bad. I mean, they're the best scoring defense in the league.
Broncos D is good.
They're the best scoring defense in the league. And then they trade Bradley Chubb for whatever reason, whatever. But they have the worst offense. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen – I mean, I'm sure somebody can find the stats for me, but I don't think I've ever seen best defense / worst offense in the league.
I'm not a stat guy for the show, pal.
I don't know if anybody can find it. Anybody who's watching the show – please, you can tweet us at AM. What is our handle at AM Drive TV?
Or Pod.
Or Pick 'em Wars Pod. If you can find another team with number 1 defense, number 32, or whatever the worst offense was at the time, I would really like to see it. So I'll go back on this Broncos country and take Denver minus 2.5.
You're weak. The Cowboys, the Caballeros. At the Vikings, big win. Don't care. Wish this was a pick'em. It's not. It is a pick'em more though. Cowboy minus 1.
I'm with you. I am also with you on the Cowboys here. Like I said, I feel like you're looking at my paper. Can you see under the screen? Everything here. Minnesota. I don't want to use the F word because I don't think they are frauds. I think they're a good team.
Okay, frogs. I'm kidding.
Yeah, they're not frogs either. They're. I think this would be actually a really good game. Dak gets back on the wagon. Dallas got embarrassed in Lambeau last week, and I think the Cowboys get a gritty victory. This is an ugly game, very close game. 1-2 point victory. Maybe they don't cover and it's a push, but I think Dallas gets out of there with a field goal or less victory here.
Yeah. The Cincinnati Kitty Cats at the Steelers. The Bengals are 4.5 point favorites, and I don't buy it. I'm buying the Steelers at plus 4.5. I think this game is always close. These teams hate each other like worse than what I hate when Aaron wins $30 on Pick-em-Wars and I don't, even though I always win tokens. So I'm going to go with the Steelers plus 4.5 here. But Bengals win.
Well, 2 in a row we're here on the different sides.
Yes.
I know that Pittsburgh got a win early against Cincinnati. It was a different Cincinnati team. I know that, Jamar Chase is out right now, but T. Higgins has really, really stepped up in his absence here. And I think the Bengals get a comfortable 7 to 10 point lead here on the road, get themselves into the six win category here. So I went ahead and locked in the Bengals minus 4.5 here. And that number is actually even going down. So everything in the betting market is actually against me. So maybe I'm standing on an island here.
Oh, all right. Sunday night football. Almost did the Carrie Underwood thing. Chiefs minus 6.5. I love me some Mahomes. Ooh-wee. And something about Kadarius Toney getting going was nice too. I'm gonna do that, and you take us to happy pickings after you make your pick. I got Chiefs.
Yeah, I got Chiefs as well, and I'm going to use my one and only power up here. I'm going to take the Chiefs down to a half-point dog, effectively just winning the game here. So let's go ahead and look at this. I have read and accepted the Pick-em-Wars agreement, and I am going to submit my entry, and we are locked in for the NFL contest. Don't forget, UFC and college football contests as well every week. And also make sure you follow Pick-em Wars on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Reddit, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, where you can find all the podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course YouTube. And of course you can catch our ugly mugs each and every Monday through Friday on the AM Drive, which can be found at mikeandaarondrive.com. And of course our Twitter handle is at AM Drive TV. So for Michael Carvelis, I'm Aaron Crouch saying, guys, make your picks, lock them in, use your power-ups, make some money, and enjoy Pick-em Wars today by signing up at www.pickemwars.com/podcast. Mike, let's see how we do next week.
Happy picking 'em!